Good morning, everyone. My name is Larissa Montas, and I'm here to talk about research in the beach exposure and child health study. Do you all remember back in April 24th, 2010, when the Deepwater Horizon oil well exploded, resulting in the death of 11 platform workers and one of the largest oil spills in U.S. history, with impacts to the marine and coastal environment that have yet to be fully understood? During the time of the oil spill, there was considerable uncertainty regarding the health risks associated with the oil spill, especially for children who are more vulnerable. Uncertainty also existed for the spread of oil spill chemicals in beach sand, water, and air. Fisheries and beaches were closed even in areas which were really far away from the edge of the plume. Crude oil are one of the most diverse and complex organic mixtures found in nature. They contain thousands of chemicals, with the most predominant ones being hydrocarbons. Now, it is important for us to understand the chemical composition of crude oil because each chemical or mixture of chemicals has a different effect on human health. The overall goal of the Beaches research study is to improve estimates of uncertainty in children's exposures and risks to their health due to oil spill chemical concentrations. Now, you might ask yourselves, why are we looking at this in light of children? Well, scientific data indicate that children are more susceptible because they have proportionally more intake of chemicals. They have multiple routes of exposure, multiple pathways of exposure, and their activities as related to their social behavioral patterns make them more susceptible than adults. We plan to utilize historical data from prior oil spills to create, test, and validate algorithms that describe time-space specific concentrations of oil spill chemicals in beach sand, water, and air, especially in zones where children play. A third part of this project involves creating a risk assessment platform which utilizes the human activity and exposure side of the project in combination with the oil spill chemical distributions to create a risk assessment modeling platform which can guide beach closures in future oil spills. Statistical methods based upon Monte Carlo approaches for the confidence bounds will be utilized for the risk assessment. Now, how do we plan to do this? How will this be achieved? At this point in time, I am calculating or developing algorithms retrospectively. I am utilizing data generated by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, NOAA, and its fate and transport model, NOAM, which was run on a daily basis from the 24th of April until August. I am processing this data in conjunction with sampling data from the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, which was sampled along the Gulf Coast throughout the oil spill. I have processed both data sets using GIS software and a Python script, and I have come up with time-space specific oil spill chemical distributions, which I generated retrospectively. Now, where do we go from here? As I mentioned before, the overall goal of this research project is to improve estimates of uncertainty in health risks to children due to oil spill chemicals. We plan to develop a risk assessment platform which may be used in future oil spills, and we plan to develop algorithms which can predict oil spill chemical concentrations in beach sand, water, and air, particularly in areas where children play. This final slide shows a cross-section of beach morphology. It shows the different areas at beaches where children play. And it also shows one of the example algorithms. This particular one is due to ingestion, as related to children's beach time play activities, oil spill chemical concentrations, and coming up with the dose of a particular chemical or an individual chemical for the raw oil. We hope to contribute to the body of knowledge in risk assessment for children to reduce future uncertainties to health risks in future oil spills. Thank you for your attention.